When you think of trees, what are you reminded of? Strength, oxygen, beauty, life, growth, nature, change, the past, or the future. Of all the things that come to mind, you probably don't think of the color blue. Khan is a Greek who was born in Egypt. He lived in England and New Zealand and is now calling Australia his home. He is a man greatly influenced by his environment, and he believes in the power of ideas, and that ideas can actually lead to change.
As an artist, I used the tools that I knew, and I knew two things about the forest. You either cut trees down and create this controversy of, or you change them in some way to get people to notice them. So I know it's one thing to know about something, and the other thing to actually act and make a change to it. And I think it's almost, I see the blue trees as being a little bit of what Leonard Cohen said about, a crack that allows, everything has a crack to allow light to come in. And I see the trees as just being a crack that allows the light to come in. And hopefully when we're all working together, that crack opens up and allows people to see more out of it.
Khan has visited several cities around the world, painting blue trees, to get people's attention, to get people talking, and to get people to act. He told me that he wanted to create a color for the trees that doesn't exist in nature, and to create a surreal environment. For Khan, blue represents a kind of spirituality, like you might find in a stained glass window of a church. But blue also represents for him a kind of breathlessness, like when you can't breathe or when you're dying.
Where really the trees are the lungs of the world. They store not only are able to change carbon dioxide into oxygen, but also they store this huge array of species in there. There's thousands of species that live in the forest. They are our history. Without trees, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be discussing this. When the trees go, everything that you're doing and everything that I'm doing, everything Michelangelo's doing is nothing. It'll disappear because there will be nobody here. And the reality is, as much as people care about trees, especially in the urban environment, and don't want us to cut them, the reality is the forest is dying very quietly because nobody can see it. It's not like Japan where you're having a tidal wave and everyone looks at it and says, God, that's horrible, we've got to do something about it. What's happening in the forest, it's slowly dying out.
The paint Khan uses is actually just water and pigment. It can't hurt the trees, it can't hurt people or animals. In fact, he'll cover himself in it, even put it in his own mouth, just to prove how harmless it is. It's very safe.
Two types. A lot of people don't understand, and the thing is, however much you write and say, people think you're actually doing something to the tree. And that's good to me. You know, it's the people that don't come and ask what you're doing that I worry about. And when I talk to them about the issues regarding deforestation and that that need to be addressed, that need to be discussed, that need to be opened up. And this has to be done sooner or later. We have to get to the governments. We have to actually start talking at a higher level. But it's important to get people really on board, and to say, look, there's somehow somebody's got to draw a line and say, you're not taking any more of this stuff out.
When I first interviewed Kon, he compared his blue trees to pink elephants, like an image you can't get out of your mind. It stays with you because the brain, as he reminded me, is an incredible and powerful element. Let's use our brains and stop global deforestation.